won $112,000 today.
Don't want to die. Death is a constant reminder here.
More people we kill, we advance.
You ain't supposed to be alive.
Stealing, shooting people, doing whatever I had to do.
We had to make a living.
I want him dead. I want his family dead.
I know how to grind. I started from the bottom.
Never rat on your friends.
Race to rackets.
It's rough on a black man.
Hold up, we're gonna blow this whole...
A friend of Wayne Perry was fresh home from jail. As they rode in a vehicle headed uptown, Silk asked him did he have any money. The friend replied with no. They pulled up in front of a spot. Silk told the friend, go in there and tell such and such to send out a bag of money. What's going on, people? We gonna start this week off with some heat. This ain't no biography channel, so y'all won't hear a whole life story, but y'all will hear the gangster shit y'all came for. Now, we all know Silk, Wayne Perry. He's been name dropped by two of the top MCs, Jay-Z and Nas. Now, what made him different from the next killer? DC in that era was a war zone. We had First and Kennedy, P Street, R Street, Murder Inc., K Street Crew. Them dudes out Trinidad and Newton Street, plus more. Way more sections that got busy. Hustlers from other cities got that warning. The ones that didn't, they just got left in DC. But back to the question, what separates Wayne from other killers? Well, it's been said if he really wanted you, he would lay in your yard for hours until you came out. Another thing he would do is, after he caught a body, he would return to the same scene with different clothes when the cops arrived to see who's talking. It didn't matter what time it was, nighttime or broad day, he just got the job done. We all heard the story about him bodying someone in front of a cop. If you didn't hear it, someone was coming at Wayne, and Wayne had to defend himself, so it was ruled as self-defense. Some people around Silk only was dealing with him out of fear. He had hustlers hiding their cars and jewelry because they didn't want him to think they was touching money. He was a funny guy. He kept the whole room laughing. He was a jokester, but the worst time to be around him was when he was down, especially fresh out of jail. He would take from his own people. He did feel like everything was owed to him. Whenever his friends was down, he helped them get back on their feet. He didn't get the same treatment, and he felt some type of way about it. Now, when he teamed up with Alpo, man, a lot of people didn't like that. Alpo needed muscle in DC, especially after he was shot. DC saw Alpo as food. He came to Wayne Perry's aid when no one wanted to bail him out. Guys wanted him off the street. Now that goes back to what I just said about his own homies didn't return the love. Alpo saw a perfect opportunity. When Alpo linked with Wayne, he had to move different. It was none of that flashy shit he was pulling in New York. Less pictures. They would mostly come out and do business at night. He kept Wayne super close. Even if Wayne was involved in a 5-on-5 basketball game, Wayne would be the fifth man, and he wouldn't even touch the ball. He'd just be running up and down the court as security for Alpo. It got to a point where things started to get out of hand. When they first got together, murder was last resort. Murder was only business. But some people can't handle all of that power. Alpo started using Wayne for personal reasons. The Big Head Gary death was behind a female. The Mentio murder was behind a woman. It was a couple of murders that was behind he said, she said rumors. Wayne started to look at Alpo like, this guy is really soft. But it was business, so he charged Alpo a heavy fee for the personal bullshit. And yes, when he got around his homies, he would talk shit about Alpo behind his back. They were all eating from him. The bricks Wayne Perry crew had was from Alpo. So even after his homies didn't bail him out, Wayne still looked out for them. Now, a lot of people talk about his sexuality. Who knows? I damn sure don't know. There was a story, he was on the way to the mall. He had a couple of people with him, they riding out. And there was one dude that he didn't like because the guy acted like he was gangster, but really wasn't. Wayne saw right through that man and kept coming at the guy, saying, you ain't about this, you ain't about that. He called him the B word and told him if he wanted to fight, he could. And he told the guy he could have effed him if he could. Excuse me. He told the guy he could F him if he really want to, and he should be taking that D. Now, I didn't look at that as sexual harassment, like, all right, Wayne really wanted to do that. He was just letting the guy know how soft he was. Now, during the whole ride, Wayne Perry tried to provoke the guy. He was trying to get something out the guy, so when they got out the car, Wayne hit him, and the guy didn't defend himself. and Wayne proved the guy wasn't what he said. Wayne pulled out the gun and made the guy strip and shot him in the ass. Now, we all heard what Sean Brand said what he saw with his own 2 eyes, involving Wayne Perry behind bars. But we also heard Alpo talking about him and Wayne partying chicks together and swapping them. Alpo vouched for Wayne, saying that he had a nice lineup of dimes and how Wayne was a ladies' man and had a group of females that did everything he said. Now, with Wayne Perry being the most feared, the question is, why haven't they just killed him? What I think is just the reputation alone. Someone already tried to come after him, but it didn't work in his favor. For the guys that approached him without a gun would just get beat up. Wayne Perry was tall and he had reach and fought extremely good. Some might have looked at that as taking a risk. Another thing is jail. I think jail and prison kind of saved him. Being behind bars saved a lot of people. You don't know what's coming while you're on the streets, but it always ends with jail or a casket. Now, what separates Wayne Perry from other killers? I would say the media. When you write a newspaper article or just any old article, you have to have a headline that catches attention. The streets wasn't calling him the most feared, and they damn sure wasn't calling him the Michael Jordan of the murder game. You had guys in DC that was doing the same thing and even more. Another thing is he was connected to Alpo. When Alpo told his story, he mentioned that Wayne had the whole DC shook and on lock, which wasn't true. The OGs from DC would say yes, Wayne did what he did, but everyone wasn't scared of him. Everyone wasn't scared of him because everyone was doing the same thing. The murder rate hasn't changed when he was sitting behind bars. So the media led to Wayne Perry getting a name drop from Jay-Z and Nas, which means the media did a good job. After the people heard them say Wayne Perry, people head to Google and YouTube. Silk is currently serving 5 consecutive life sentences after he took a plea deal. They wanted to give him the death penalty, but by him taking that deal, he managed to dodge that. He's doing time in Colorado at ADX Florence, the same place as famous prisoners Larry Hoover, Thomas Silverstein, and Mutulu Shakur. So that's all we have for now. Shout out to all my loyal viewers and subscribers. Hit the like button and let me know in the comments what you think about some of the points that I covered in this video. Thanks for watching. I'm out.